Eyes too bad, scars are underneath my skin. Feel the blade cut my melanin. Been waiting for this, been waiting for this.
What inspired the Human song? Actually, Maya Angelou is one of my biggest heroines. I think she stood for just equality and just humanity and kindness that I thought last year the world's been a bit of a scary place and we needed a bit of a reminder about all the good things that she stood for. So I went into the studio with my producer Dee Adam and we sat down and we just kind of write a song that was kind of uplifting and powerful, but it's just reminding people that there's so much good to be done in the world. I think Maya Angelou really exemplifies that. I'd say the greatest obstacles I've overcome would probably be myself. It would be learning that you can't be everything to everyone, that you can't please everyone. It's that desire, I think maybe especially as a woman, to be liked and to be pretty all the time and not to do anything wrong. So I think unlearning some of that in order to create art that's real and authentic and comes from within you, that's probably the biggest obstacle I faced. Okay, after a setback, bouncing back is tough. I think it's really important to allow yourself to be disappointed, to be sad, to kind of sit with that for a moment and say, okay, then tomorrow I'm going to dust myself off. I'm going to get up and just maybe see what went wrong. There's some things that are in your control to change, some things are not, and then build on it. Everything can teach you a lesson if you let it and if you look for it. So I think it's about surrounding yourself with positive people that will tell you the truth, not what you want to hear, and kind of reminding yourself why you're doing it and keep going forward. Probably right up there, the toughest things to survive would be rejection in the music industry. Again, that's another thing about knowing that not everyone will like your music, and that's fine. Like, there's great music out there that I don't particularly like, and there's some things I like some people think is rubbish, so it's all about knowing that everything's subjective. Kind of getting started and finding your voice, I think is quite hard, because you really have to dig deep as to who you are and who you want everyone to see, putting yourself out there for criticism and rejection, but also for connection. So I don't think you can have one without the other. I want to say the sky's the limit, but I want to perform for and share my music with as many people as possible. And kind of what I live for is that connection when you're playing live or when you're on the radio or something and someone will come up to you and say, oh, thank you for that moment, or thank you, that reminded me of this time, or oh, I just had a great time, or just that giving to people something that comes from within you it's such a beautiful thing. Yeah, I just want to do that as much as possible around the world.